Hey everybody on YouTube. Today I'm here to talk about my new arm cannon peripheral for Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. This I made all on my own. I did not order it from eBay or anything because, let's be frank and honest, they don't make such a thing. Now, you'll see I'm just playing snapshots of my new arm cannon. The reason for this is my regular video camera is broken. So I can only take snapshots with my little handheld camera. So I'm going to do that until I fix my regular camera that takes videos. And I'm pretty sure everyone's noticed, people who are fans of Refined Rage or the Deox for Brawl campaign and my miscellaneous Metroid videos. I haven't been making them anymore. The reason for that is I lost my internet connection, and I had this crap modem. I still do, but I'm starting to get back, and I'm going to have a regular connection hopefully by September, so then I'll be really cranking out the videos by then. But for now, I made this and I was very eager to show everybody on YouTube and just get everybody talking, and maybe Nintendo will, who am I kidding, but if they did view this, it'd be nice. But as we all know, they're taking the casual gamer route, and they're not interested in hardcore anymore. So anyway, let's skip the rest of this intro because I'm done with it, and let's talk about the actual peripheral. Now, the arm cannon you've seen me make in the past, and I made the field arm cannon where I went out into the woods with this metal contraption on my arm, and that was all made up of baling twine. And for people who don't know what that is, I live on a farm, so we have hay bales for horses, and sometimes we get the bales with string, mostly we do, but on rare occasions we get those wire string bales, and so that's what that was all made up of. And I did put a metal tinfoil thing on it, but it didn't look good, so I was like, alright, I'm gonna have to come back to this later. But the thing was, it was huge, it was heavy, it was clunky, and for the future escapades that I want to partake in with my arm cannon, I don't exactly want to be lugging that big thing around in the woods, because I do plan to do something, but it's a secret project that I'm not going to reveal, so I'll just leave it at that. But I also thought, it'd be really cool if I could play Prime 3 Corruption, with an arm cannon, my own arm cannon, and get really interactive, because I'm a huge Metroid fan, and I know that they don't have any peripheral out for Wii. I mean, sure, they have tons of Wii Sports peripherals where you can put the Wiimote in a racket and use it, and, whatever. Of course, more casual gamer stuff, that's what I want. So I took it into my own hands, and I figured, you know what, I'm just going to make my own, and see how it works out. So what this arm cannon is made of, it's made of a much lighter substance. It's cardboard, actually, just painted over, and, put on little special effects. And I guess I'll talk about the making of it so you guys can get an idea and make one yourself. Because when I do get my camera fixed, I do want to show off gameplay. This way you guys know that it actually works. I have tested it, and it does work a lot better than the Wii Zapper ever did. And, just as my hopes were, it did make Metroid a lot more interactive for me, because now I actually had to move around my arm instead of just my wrist. And some people may think that's a strain and they don't want to go to that level, but for pure Metroid fans like me, it's heaven. You're really immersed in the game. So let me get into the making of this. I made it out of a cardboard box, sort of cardboard circle rectangular thing. It was kind of octagonal. I kind of bent it. But I got this poster in the mail, a Jimi Hendrix poster, really awesome poster. And it came in this gigantic cardboard box tube sort of thing. It wasn't exactly a tube and it wasn't exactly a box. It was just sort of, makeshift thing. And the poster really didn't need that much room, but okay, it doesn't matter. It's for Jimmy. If he needs that room, he's going to get it. But, so I took the box and, I put my arm in it, and I'm feeling around to make sure there's enough room, because let's be honest, if you use a small poster tube that you get from a concert or something and try and stick your hand in it, well, most of the times the poster is so smally wrapped up and tight that you can't get your hand in this poster tube. So, this thing was really great. I was like, wow, there's a lot of movability in this thing. And so I took it into my workshop, and I thought about it. I'm like, well, what if I cut off a piece at the bottom, which you could see in the snapshots I take a picture of, that there's a hole in the bottom for your Wii to fit through. And I thought, well, if I made a spot for the Wii to come in, and then I slide my hand in, pick up the Wiimote as I'm sliding it in, and then get into position, then I should be able to play with that. So I gave it a rough test drive, and I did have to bend the box a little bit, just, to make it more of an arm cannon shape. So, if you don't have well, I suggest if you can, get a cool poster out of it too. Maybe go on eBay, and it's kind of a draw thing here because you don't really know what the size of the box is going to be when you get it. But if you can, get like a large poster kind of box thing, tube, whatever it is, and use that for your main construction. If not, you can, mold a cardboard box into it, just cut, paste, and bend, and you'll basically have your shape. And the best thing about you making it is, you're going to design it, and you can make it any type of arm cannon you want. You saw mine, it wasn't exactly the regular arm cannon that Samus Aran uses. It was more of a darker model, which is just my kind of taste. And it had my Diogen Z on it, so it's mine. And I added wires and a little screen that I got from an old cell phone. You can do anything you want with it, but that's after construction. So anyway, back to the Wii putting it in. So you put it in with the nunchuck. You do have to take your Wii condom off. I mean, if you find a big enough box, I suppose you wouldn't, but then it kind of just doesn't look right. So take your Wii condom off if you even put it on. And I mean, I don't play my games with the little strap they give you, the Wii strap, for idiots who throw their Wiimotes into the TV. How stupid can you be if you do that? So I don't use that. I just find it cumbersome for regular gameplay. So, take that off anyway, if you don't have it off like me already. And slip your Wiimote with the nunchuck attached in the little hole, and then slide your arm in there, pick it up on the way. Now, you're going to have to configure it depending upon your arm size / hand size on your room to mess around with the buttons and whatnot. And I found that my size of box was fine. I was able to push all the buttons in swift gameplay. I defeated Omega Ridley in hyper mode using this, and it's really remarkable. Such simple, primitive technology used for a greater purpose. And what you got to do is make sure you have the end of my arm cannon is completely, there's nothing blocking it, so the Wii hooks up right to the sensor bar. But if you have anything blocking it, like a piece of cardboard in the way, the arm cannon in the game, Samus's arm cannon, is just going to put that little yellow X on the screen and say that, oh, you're not connected with your, well, it won't say you're not connected, but it'll just not let you control the arm cannon of Samus. So make sure you have the sensors both hitting each other, and that's pretty much it. Honestly, it's pretty simple. And how does this help with gameplay? You gotta wonder. I mean, when they released the Wii Zapper, they promised that arcade shooters would be really cool, or rail shooters. Sorry about that. Rail shooters would be really cool, and they'd work well with this. And you'd be stalking out the planes or whatever the hell game you're playing, and it would be a lot better. But as we saw with the meager demo of Link's crossbow training, this peripheral sucked. I mean, honestly, there were so many things they could have done to make it right and so much better, but Nintendo was lazy, and they're like, just ship this out, see what happens. And so they didn't take much design into thought. So yeah, I did have in mind for this to help me, and it actually does. It steadies your arm if you got a shaky hand or a shaky arm, or you have trouble with aiming, because you do have the targeting system in Metroid Prime 3, but not like in the Prime 2 and Prime 1 where you locked onto somebody and then it just automatically hits them. You gotta, aim with the Wiimote, because that's a whole big thing. So, I found that this steadies your arm and makes shooting little targets and exact targets a lot easier. So if you're going for, say, well, hell, let's use Omega Ridley. When his chest panel's open and you want to shoot it, that'd be a great time to use the peripheral. I mean, you're going to use it for the whole match, obviously, but it's a great point. It didn't slow my gameplay down at all. It was perfect, like I said. All enhancements. So that is just a little demo of what I've been working on. And, not a demo, snapshots. And I do plan to make a video where I'm showing gameplay of Metroid Prime 3 and using it. So, I'm out of time. I'm Neo Gen Z. That was the Arm Cannon Peripheral. Goodbye.